Pay attention to what just happened. You weren't looking for this video. You didn't search for motivation. You didn't plan to be here. But something pulled you in. Something about the title. Something about the timing. And now you're listening. That's not random. That's recognition. Your soul recognizing a frequency it's been waiting to hear. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't information. It's confirmation. And you can feel it already, can't you? That strange sensation in your chest. That quiet knowing. You've been carrying something heavy for so long that you almost forgot what it feels like to believe the weight is about to lift. But it is. And this message found you right before it happens. Let me tell you what's been happening to you lately. You've been waking up different. Not better, not worse. Different. Like something inside you shifted overnight, and you can't explain what or why. You go through your day, and everything looks the same, but nothing feels the same. You're noticing patterns, seeing signs, numbers repeating, songs playing at the exact moment you're thinking about something, conversations happening around you that seem like they're meant for your ears, and you've been brushing it off, calling it coincidence, telling yourself you're reading too much into things. But deep down, you know better. Deep down, you know the universe doesn't waste energy on people. It's not random. It's been preparing for something, and it's been preparing you quietly, relentlessly, for months, maybe years, and you're finally close enough to feel it. Here's what most people don't understand about being favored. It doesn't show up when you're desperate. It doesn't show up when you're begging. It shows up when you've become someone different, when you've been through enough pain to develop depth, enough rejection to develop resilience, enough loneliness to develop self-reliance. The universe doesn't favor potential. It favors transformation. And you've been transforming, not in ways anyone can see, not in ways you can even articulate, but you're not the same person you were 6 months ago. You're not carrying yourself the same way. You're not reacting to things the same way. You're not tolerating the same things. Something died in you. The old version, the one that accepted less, the one that stayed small to keep others comfortable, the one that apologized for wanting more. That person is gone. And what's replacing them is someone the universe can actually work with, someone ready to hold what's coming. Now let me tell you about the gap. There's a space between who you've become and what your life currently looks like. And it's frustrating because internally you've already shifted, but externally nothing's changed yet. You feel like a different person living in the same circumstances, going to the same places, dealing with the same people, facing the same problems. And it's disorienting because you know you've outgrown this reality, but you're still stuck in it. That gap, that frustrating misalignment between your internal transformation and your external reality, that's not punishment. That's the final test. The universe needs to know you won't revert, that you won't go back to who you were just because the breakthrough is taking longer than you expected. It needs to see you hold your new frequency even when nothing around you reflects it yet. Because once it confirms you're locked in, once it sees you're not going back, that's when everything moves. And you're right there, right at the edge of that confirmation. Here's what nobody tells you about favor. It's not gradual. It's not a slow, steady climb where things get slightly better week by week. Favor is sudden. It's a rupture. One day, you're in the same struggle you've been in for months. And the next day, doors are opening that weren't even visible before. Opportunities appearing out of nowhere, people reaching out, things clicking into place so fast you can barely process it. And when it happens, you won't feel ready. You'll feel behind. You'll wonder, why now? Why, after all this time, is everything suddenly moving? Here's the answer. Because you finally stopped forcing it. You finally stopped chasing. You finally started moving like someone who already has what they're asking for, even though you don't have it yet. That shift in energy, that internal knowing that it's already yours. That's what signals the universe to release it. And you've been carrying that knowing. Maybe you haven't named it. Maybe you've been afraid to believe it fully. But it's there, and it's getting louder. Let me give you the metaphor that'll make sense of everything. Imagine you're putting together a massive puzzle, thousands of pieces, and for years you've been picking up random pieces, not knowing where they fit. A painful breakup, a job that didn't work out, a friendship that ended, a move you didn't want to make, a failure that crushed you, a rejection that broke you. Every single one felt like chaos, felt like proof that nothing was working, that you were going in circles, that maybe you weren't meant for what you wanted. But here's what you couldn't see while you were in it. Every piece you picked up, even the painful ones, especially the painful ones, they were all part of the same picture. And you couldn't see the picture while you were gathering the pieces. You could only see the pieces. But now, right now, you're at the stage where enough pieces have been collected that the image is starting to reveal itself. And suddenly, all those random, painful, confusing experiences are starting to make sense. You're starting to see why that relationship had to end, why that opportunity had to fall through, why you had to lose what you lost. Because if any of it had worked out the way you wanted back then, you wouldn't be who you are now. And who you are now is who you needed to become to receive what's coming. That's reverse dot connecting. You can't connect the dots moving forward. You can only connect them looking back. And right now, you're in the space between the dots being placed and the dots being connected. You're holding all these experiences, all this pain, all these lessons, and they feel disconnected. They feel random, but they're not. They're building towards something specific, something that requires every single thing you went through. And when you finally see it, when you're standing in the reality you've been fighting for, you'll look back at this exact moment and understand why it had to take this long, why you had to feel this lost, why you had to endure this much before the favor showed up. Because the version of you that wins isn't the version that started the journey. It's the version that survived the middle. Now here's what I need you to understand about where you are right now. You're in the final stretch. That restless feeling you've been carrying, that sensation that something's about to happen, but you don't know what or when. That's not anxiety. That's anticipation. Your soul knows before your mind does. It knows the shift is close. It knows the favor is coming, and it's preparing you. That's why you can't sleep the same, can't focus the same, can't engage with the same things that used to distract you. You're being recalibrated, rewired, and it's uncomfortable because you're outgrowing your current reality before the new one fully forms. But that discomfort is directional. It's not telling you something's wrong. It's telling you something's coming. And the closer you get, the more intense it feels. So if you've been feeling off lately, if you've been feeling like you're about to explode or break down or lose it, good. That pressure is the breakthrough trying to emerge. Don't fight it. Let it build. Let it push you into the next version of yourself. And here's the part people get wrong. They think being favored means everything becomes easy. That once the universe chooses you, you stop struggling. That's not how it works. Being favored doesn't remove challenges. It removes barriers. It removes the specific obstacles that were keeping you stuck. But it replaces them with new challenges that match your new level. Because favor isn't about comfort. It's about expansion. It's about being pushed into spaces you wouldn't have entered on your own, into opportunities that terrify you, into responsibilities that stretch you, into a version of life that demands more from you than you've ever given. And that's the gift. The universe doesn't favor people to make their lives easier. It favors people to make their lives bigger. And you're about to find out just how much bigger yours is about to get. So here's what you do with this moment, with this message, with this confirmation that you're about to be favored. You stop second guessing. You stop looking for more signs. You stop asking if you're ready. You are. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You stop waiting for permission from people who can't even see where you're going. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop apologizing for the space you're about to take up. And you start moving like it's already done. Not fake confidence, not pretending, but that quiet, unshakable knowing that what's yours is already on its way. That energy shift, that internal certainty, that's what accelerates everything. That's what closes the gap between where you are and where you're going. And you're capable of it. You've been building toward it this entire time. Now you just have to claim it. If this hit you, if something in these words made you feel seen, If you've been carrying this weight and you needed someone to tell you it's almost over, drop 4 words in the comments. Just 4 words. My time is coming. That's it. No explanation, no story, just that declaration. Because when you name it publicly, when you claim it out loud, you shift from hoping to knowing. And knowing is what activates favor. So, write it. My time is coming. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who's been in the gap for too long, someone who's starting to doubt whether their breakthrough will ever come, send this to them. Tell them to write it too. Because sometimes we need to be reminded, we're not waiting for favor, we're walking into it, and it's closer than we think. If this resonated, subscribe so we can keep walking this path together. And if Super Thanks feels right, every bit helps me create content that actually matters instead of just filling space. But real talk, you being here, present, listening, I never take that for granted. Thank you. The truth is this, everything you've been through was preparing you for everything you're about to receive. Every loss taught you what to protect. Every betrayal taught you who to trust. Every failure taught you how to rise. Every moment of doubt taught you how to believe without proof. And now you're standing at the threshold, the place right before everything changes. And you'll never be in this exact spot again. So don't wish it away. Don't rush through it. This is the last moment before your life splits into before and after, before favor and after. And you're about to cross that line. You're about to become someone people look at and wonder, what happened to them? How did everything shift so fast? And you'll smile because you'll remember this moment, this message, this confirmation, and you'll know it wasn't luck. It wasn't timing. It was preparation meeting recognition, and you were ready before you even realized it. Here's my question for you. When it finally happens, when the doors open, when the favor shows up, when everything you've been fighting for finally falls into place, will you remember the version of you who kept going when nothing made sense? The one who believed when everyone doubted? The one who held on when letting go seemed easier? Because that version, the one sitting here right now, listening to these words, carrying all that weight and still refusing to quit, that's the version that made it all possible. So when you're living the life you dreamed about, don't forget who built it. Don't forget what it cost. And don't forget, the favor didn't find you by accident. It found you because you became someone worth finding.